Just give me 7 days. I'm going to simply show you how you can actually launch a viral Google AdMob application online right now in 2026. I've got a lot of DMs, questions on my comment section, on my Facebook page, on Telegram, on WhatsApp, and most of these questions are all the same, all right? And people end up asking, how do I start Google AdMob? How do I get this? How do I get that? How do I get AdMob app? What is AdMob? What is Google AdMob? How does it work? Several questions. That is the reason why I launched this 7 days Google AdMob challenge on how you can actually get started with AdMob, build your application, launch it on stores, promote your application. We have over 7 detailed segments on this very page, okay? So I'm going to simply be breaking it down step by step and how you can actually get started. Even if you are a beginner and you have just your mobile phone, you don't need laptop for this. With your mobile phone, and you can actually get started with Google AdMob in 2026, all right? This challenge is a fast and actionable AdMob bootcamp. If you're interested in Google AdMob, I want you to pay close attention to this 7 days challenge and don't miss any challenge on this particular channel, all right? Because I'm going to simply be opening your eyes to a lot of things that most of you don't know about that have already changed on the Google AdMob space, all right? So without further ado, let's get into the video right away, okay? So let's get into the first day of this very series, okay? For this day 1, we have the preparation, we have the account, we have the number 3, which is the verification, we have the number 4, which is policy check, and the number 5, which is the linking of your app, okay? So we're going to do that in this same video, right? These are the things we're going to simply achieve in this very video. So for the preparation of your AdMob account, whether you want to go for individual account or for organization account, okay? So if you want to go for individual account, there are things you need to provide once your account hit a certain threshold, okay? So for your verification as an individual account, you need either your government issued ID, like voter's card, your driver's license, your international passport. So remember, the name you're going to be using to create that account should tally with the names in those documents, okay? So that if they ask you to verify your identity, everything should be correct, okay? And for the account creation, not all the accounts that most of you have are actually going to get approval. So for you to know an account that have already been approved, this is what you're going to see. If your account says your account has been approved, that means your account has been approved, okay? And if your account is showing this, there are other things you need to be mindful of, okay? There are other things you need to set up on this very account. For those of you that have already created your AdMob account and got approval, just hold on, because I'm going to show you the settings you need to do, because this is a 7-day challenge and we are building everything from scratch. When you search for that, this is what you're going to simply see. Click on this first one right here. This is for mobile app, okay? So once you come over to this very page, click on this sign up section, or you click on the get started button. All of them are just the same, all right? Send me customization, blah blah blah. Just tell them yes, so that they can actually be sending you some code and all of that, okay? Maybe some promotional details, all right? Then click on this start AdMob. This is what they say here. They're reviewing your information, but they're not actually reviewing your information because you've not really added anything that day, okay? So that's why I told you to actually pay close attention to this very video. Just click on this, continue to AdMob. This is going to simply take you to Google AdMob itself, all right? So once you come over to this very section, this is where you're going to simply see a brand new account with 0 dashboard, all right? Like I told you before, if your account already have this account approval section, make sure you watch this video carefully, okay? And this is where you can actually follow us right now, okay? And for those that just created their own right now, you can follow along just right now from this very section of the video, okay? You're not going to see your dashboard until you do this particular thing, okay? So all you need to do right now is simply click on this add payment details. Click on this add payment information. You have to pay close attention to this very video. Remember, when your AdMob account reaches a particular threshold, like let's say 10, they're going to simply send you a notification telling you that you have to verify your Google AdMob account, okay? So once your Google AdMob is verified, that is when you can actually start adding your bank account and all of that, okay? For you not to make mistakes in future, come over to your payment information here. Remember this account right here that they say select individual or organization. Mind you, if you're not an organization, don't select an organization, because in the nearest future, when they ask you to verify your details and information and identity, you cannot verify it with the individual details, okay? If your account is set as individual, you can actually verify it with your name, your address, your phone number, your ID, government issued ID card. It could be international passport, it could be driver's license, it could be voter's card, okay? For the organization account, but the type of document that they require from you is your business registration document, okay? So for me, I once had this particular AdMob account. I mistakenly selected organization. Remember, once you select this one, anything you select here and you click on this submit, you cannot change it again. All right, you cannot change it again. It's just gonna be like that, okay, after verification. All right, you cannot change it back to individual and all of that, okay. So I submitted that account without knowing that I selected only organization, and by the time they asked me to start verifying my stuff, and they didn't bring out like my driver's license and all of that, those normal individual documents, they didn't bring it up. They brought out some kind of document that I don't even know about, okay. The only thing that saved me was I registered my company, which is Pilot Vibe Media. I registered the company. I used the government issued documents to verify that very account, okay, and that is the only thing that saved me. Okay, I'm going to be selecting individual, then you have to simply add your name right here, okay. Jeffrey John. Add my address. Let's say your address line 2, you can simply add anything. Just make sure you add your own where you are living, okay. So the name I added here is the name that is on my ID. All right, make sure you add your postal code. All right, for the postal code, if you don't really know about your postal code, just type the name of your city or the name of where you are living, then add postal code to it on Google. Then Google is going to simply answer you. All right, so for the phone number is actually optional for now. That is what they say. You click on this submit button, you can see right here. Okay, so once you submit that, you can see you now have a dashboard for yourself, but there's no verification right now, okay. So that's gonna simply be later on. So forget about this notification here. It's actually gonna simply go out in few hours, okay, because you've already added this. Then click on the home page. Then this home page is going to simply bring you up to this very section. After adding your verification details, you just have to make sure you wait for Google to actually approve you, okay. Your account is already in review, okay. The number 4 step is the policy check, okay. So apart from the policy, you're going to simply see on your Google AdMob account, like this policy center here. If you come to this policy center, this is where you're going to simply see if you've already violated their policy, and they're going to simply bring it up right here. If you've already done something that they don't want you to do or you violate, they're going to simply bring it up right here, okay. So if you've not done anything, you're going to see no issue right here, okay. But apart from that, there are other policies you have to simply take note. This is the first series, and I'm going to simply break down everything you need to know about AdMob. So for the policy check, there are things you need to take note of when dealing with AdMob. Number 1, you need to simply have a standard mobile application, all right, that solves a specific problem that delivers value for people. All right, it is when people use your application, that is when Google AdMob will give you impression. All right, and you don't click your own ads. If your ad is running on your app, you don't click your own ad. That's the number 2 policy you need to take note, okay. And also, you don't actually violate Google policy. You don't trick Google. You don't use VPN on your app and all that sort of things, okay. So these are the things you have to take note of, okay. So once you have all of this in place, you've already gotten ideas of all of these things. The next step, which is the final step, is to actually link your Google AdMob app, okay. So you might be asking yourself, I don't really have any app to link. How am I going to link an app without having an app? That is normal for AdMob. So if you come back to this homepage section here, this homepage should bring about your dashboard, but there's no dashboard because an app has not been added, okay. So if you don't have an app already, you don't have to bother yourself. Just join us on our Telegram channel, WhatsApp channel. My team are going to simply handle that for you. But before then, what you need to do right now is simply think about anything. It could be your name, it could be the app idea you want to build or you want us to build for you. It could be anything. Just click on this add app section, click on this button here, add app. Once you click on that, click on either Android or iOS to go with, okay. So once you click on that, then they're going to ask you if your app is listed on any store. Just tell them no. All right, then click on the continue button, and here is where the name comes in. All right, remember this name, you can actually edit it later. You can actually add another thing later, okay. You can add as many apps as possible. Make sure that your app is value oriented, okay. Just add something there, then click on this add app, okay. You can see right here your app has been successfully added, and here you can actually create your ad unit. You can actually link your app and publish it on app stores, but you've not really built app, okay. So those are the things we're going to simply do on this very series. If I were you, I would just pay close attention to this very video and pay close attention to whatever video I'm going to simply be dropping here as this particular series is concerned. All right, just go over to the next page right here, click on this home page, and if you have to simply come down here, if you come down, you're going to see this has already popped up right here. You can see our account is being verified, which means this being right here is in progress. That means our account verification is in progress, okay. You just have to wait for a few minutes, few hours for it to be fully verified, just like this one right here, okay. So in the next series, I'm going to simply be showing you how to find viral app ideas. I'm going to be dropping it tomorrow, I'm going to be showing you the sources, the MVP scope, the validation, and also the monetization fit for the app idea before we even start building. All right, if you don't want to miss out that particular update, just make sure you turn on the bell notification icon to be able to stay updated on what we do here. Okay, so if you found this helpful, hit the like button, join us, and I'm going to see you in the day 2 of this challenge. Okay.